For the past few years, I focused on completing one endurance event after another. Triathlons, sub-3 hour marathons, and 100-mile ultra marathons. But now, the focus has shifted. Over 12 weeks, I'll be documenting my journey to stepping on stage and competing in a bodybuilding show, a challenge I last took on over 10 years ago. The parallels between an endurance prep and a bodybuilding show are remarkable, but different simultaneously. This is about more than a show. It's the commitment to the uncomfortable. This is where I thrive because I know this is where I grow. Welcome to the Hybrid Cut. Seven months ago, I crossed the Buffalo, New York Marathon finish line in 2 hours and 48 minutes. And I got down to 187 pounds for that prep, which for me is uncomfortably light. And I knew as soon as I finished that marathon that I wanted to put on size, I wanted to improve and gain strength. The goal over these last 7 months was to eat in a caloric surplus, to put on weight, to improve strength and gain size, so that when I started the diet, which we're in right now, I had built a foundation that we can then expose for when we step on stage in April. First episode of the Hybrid Cut. We now have about 13 weeks left until the show. We're a little over 2 weeks into this prep. So the prep total was about 15 and a half weeks from the start of the cut until show day. And today's workout is a track workout. So it's a 1.5 mile warm up, 4 400s at about a 4:45 to 5 minute per mile pace, and then 2 800s and then a 1.5 mile cool down. We're in prep. I thrive in prep. I love being in a prep, whether it's a triathlon, an ultra marathon, a marathon, some sort of race, and now this bodybuilding show. I like when my back feels like it's up against the wall and I'm counting down the days to accomplish a specific goal, a specific mission, and an objective. And that's what's kicking off today. So welcome to the series. So that first 800 was at a 5:55 minute per mile pace, and we'll shoot for that on this second one here. Preparation is the name of the game. My current macros that I'm shooting for: 250 grams of protein, 300 grams of carbs, 80 grams of fat. So preparing meals the day prior is absolutely essential. This is my breakfast. This breakfast right here is 52 grams of protein, 61 grams of carbs, 15 grams of fat, 615 calories. This is 250 grams of egg whites and 3 whole eggs. Just cold eggs I'm gonna eat. A piece of sourdough. This is weighed out. This is 63 grams. And then a banana, which I'm guessing is anywhere from probably 97 grams to 110 grams. I've been doing this long enough that I can just tell based off of look and feel. So this is breakfast, but I am extremely precise and accurate with my calories and macros right now. Everything's accounted for, and it's absolutely essential that I'm prepared going into the next day to make sure that I'm losing weight, primarily fat, at the rate that I need prior to the show. I'm gonna go 12.9. I want to get down to 6.
13.2.
Woo!
Come on!
First official DEXA scan. Total mass 223.3. Keep in mind this is gonna be different from the morning weigh-in. I've had a few meals in me. I've had a lot of water. I have some clothes on. So 223.3 pounds. Body fat is at 13.2. Body fat on December 27th was 14 at the peak of the build. Fat tissue is at 29.4. Lean tissue 185.7. Bone mineral content 8.2. So that's great news. The news is body fat is decreasing. Great scan. I gotta find a place to get changed. I'm gonna change here real quick.
Naked? You getting naked?
Today's workout is high volume. We're gonna hit some deadlifts, and the goal is to get a really good pump. It's middle of January. It's probably mid-70s. It feels humid. I have a really good sweat going on. Couldn't ask for anything better. Garage doors are thrown up in this gym, so let's get after it. We got 13 weeks to get as shredded as possible, and I'm all in. So one of the most interesting parts about bodybuilding as opposed to, say, a marathon prep, the difference between that and a bodybuilding show is actually the deeper you get into a bodybuilding prep and the closer you get to stepping on stage, the weaker you are. The more difficult these workouts become because your calories are low, your energy is low, your body fat is low. Now we're still 13 weeks out, so feeling super strong, but having the realistic expectation is as we get deeper into this cut and we get weeks and days out from the show, I mean, you're coming into the gym and you're just dragging ass. That is the realistic expectation because, like I said, body fat's low, calories low, energy's low. I want to maximize my workouts now because I know the deeper we get into this cut, the harder it's going to be. I know that going into it. That's what I enjoy about these preps. I like accumulating fatigue. I like testing myself when it gets more challenging, it gets more difficult, and there's more obstacles and there's more resistance. I thrive in that. I love that. So we end back day the same exact way we started. We started with 4 sets, as many reps as possible with pull-ups. It's the same way I end it before going into biceps. Workout is complete, and this is how you live life on prep. Calories and macros remaining for the day. We have 913 calories left, 93 grams of protein, which is probably going to be a protein meal after this workout. I'll find something to consume and then a meal for dinner. 93 grams of protein, 84 grams of carbs, 27 grams of fat left for the remainder of the day. We'll see you guys later. So right now, I'm in the sauna. It is 200 degrees. And what's amazing is how adaptable the human body is. I've been doing this for the last couple of weeks. And when I first got started, 15 minutes at 200 degrees was nearly unbearable. My heart rate was very elevated towards the back end of that 15 minutes. Breathing was difficult. I was extremely uncomfortable. And after weeks of getting in this barrel every night before going to bed, right now I've been in for 14 minutes and I feel calm, collected, cool. I can stay in here for another 5 to 10 minutes at 200 degrees. But this is part of my evening routine. Every night before going to bed, after we put Charlie down, I hop in the sauna at 200 degrees, and it is very therapeutic. It is very relaxing and meditative. So I absolutely love it. Post sauna, and here's my thoughts for the first video of this bodybuilding prep. I think there's a reason that I find a similarity and parallel between a marathon prep and a bodybuilding prep. And it's because there is such a small margin of error. Every day matters, every workout matters, every meal matters to get you to a certain body fat percentage or a certain race PR. You're crossing that finish line under a specific time that you're working towards. There's a lot of similarities for me in the way I feel and the way that I think and just the emotion through both types of preps. I find a lot of crossover. It makes me think of accountability and ownership. Every day you have to wake up being accountable and applying ownership to that prep. I mean, you have to do it to your entire life in general, but when you have a very specific objective goal that you're working towards, every minute, every hour, every day, every week leading up to the day that you will be tested matters. It truly does. There is such a small margin of error. And when you go and you compete or you race and you are tested based off of your preparation, you have to own the outcome. It doesn't matter if it's a bad course, it doesn't matter if it's hot and humid, it doesn't matter if you weren't feeling well, it doesn't matter what the judges think. I have to have 100% complete, extreme ownership. As Jocko and Leif say, extreme ownership. That's why I enjoy these preps, because at the end of all of it, when you are tested, I have to sleep at night knowing that I have to own the outcome because of what I did for the minutes and hours and days and weeks leading up. And that's what I'm excited for. I thrive in these moments. I thrive in these challenges. I thrive knowing that there is a small margin of error. So I'm gonna get some sleep and some rest tonight, but that's what I wanted to end this video on. So thanks for tuning in to the first episode of The Hybrid Cut.